Hatunaimba reggae gospel. Kuna reggae gospel.
Kwanza kuna siku madhe ashaniita akaniambia wewe tutakuombea leo. Piga magoti hapo. Nakumbuka hiyo siku nilikuwa nimevaa shati ya sio Buju, anaitwa nani? Huyu mwenye alidedi Mwafrika alikuwa anaitwa nani? Lucky Dube. Nilikuwa nimevaa shati ya Lucky Dube.
Umeharibu mambo.
Madhe aliambia endo utoe hiyo shati. Akaikatanisha na makasi. Akaichoma hapo nje tukiona. Ile maombi nilifanywa hiyo siku.
But now they started embracing it after seeing results.
They started especially being on TV. You know,
it's a big in an African family.
Hey, it's a big thing. Hey, umeenda kwanza juzi I overheard a conversation. It was on phone. Niambia how is your son? My son is very good.
Atako
kwa TV. Nikasema greetings, aspect, respect, aspect in every aspect. This is Tingseh from Africa, Kenya, the 254.
Na hii jina Tingseh ilitoka wapi?
Tingseh, interesting. Tingseh actually started out as how would I put it? The second time I recorded now professionally. Was it the second time or the first time? I think it was actually the first time I recorded professionally. In 2009 tukiwa kwa studio. Now one of the artists ndo akaniambia, now he gave me the revelation behind the name Tingseh, and it stuck. So he said you like what you will be saying, it won't be you speaking, it will be the spirit of your father speaking through you. So that's how Tingseh came about, Matthew 10:20. And then now over time, now learning Patwa and the culture, I now got to discover that actually it's not just a name like Kijiko or something like that. It's a sometimes creatives can have funny names, Kijiko, and then like they try to they have that intonation of the whole name. So when I did the study, I found that actually Ting it means something, and say is saying. So where you are, say, what are you saying? And say something. So the things that I'm saying. Yeah, and now to even bring it more home, as you continue growing as an artist, as a creative, and now being a spiritual person, a believer. John 6:63, the Bible says, the words that I speak, they are spirit and they are life. Yeah, so Tingseh.
So what you're saying is spirit and life.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think other gospel musicians, sitajataja majina, wanafaa wakae chini wakusikize.
Wewe umesema.
Utaki kukubali hapa, ni sawa?
I grew up in a musical family, so music is part of our lifestyle. My sister, they would practice at home. Sometimes I would tag along when they when they'd go for practice and just be there. Then now okay, this is me personally. I don't know about other people, but I think the 90s, from the early 90s kind of music is very rich. Not what we are getting nowadays.
It is true.
It's rich. I don't know. You guys, do you agree?
True, Senor.
The 90s music is very rich. Any genre of music. If you go back, 90s music is on point. Early 90s, early 2000s, coming now to the late 2000s. So of course, I was exposed to different genres of music, R&B, hip hop. Hiyo time ndo nakumbuka kina nani walikuwa wamehit hiyo time vibaya sana, alikuwa anaitwaje Buster. Buster.
Mnamjua?
Na nini, it was a very interesting time. So but now pia reggae and dancehall was there. That time we had the likes of Akina Shaba, Ranks, who else? I'm trying to remember. Nani mwingine wa 90s? No, there are so many. I'm trying to
Remio.
I am really tired.
Ati nani mwane. Hebu sema vizuri tusikie.
Akina Stitchy, nani, you know, and the like, Buju, you get. So that time music was really, you know, music haikuwa kama saa hii vile watu wanadu. You know, right now, sorry, I'm just, you know, building.
It's okay.
You know, right now, most people just do music tu hivyo. Haina really morals, ni about to make hits. But back in the day, manze ilikuwa like when someone was checking a song, na usikize hiyo song ulikuwa unasikia unasema manze msee anajua nini anadu. Yeah, so you know, reggae and dancehall now, especially now growing up in Eastlands, was, you know, ilinishika tu yani.
Hebu sema Eastlands wapi?
Jericho Massive. No media. Watu wa Jerry manze, big up. And you know, I grew up in Eastlands, you know, Jericho, in a place called Masasu. So yeah, you know, ukienda base reggae ama dancehall inachezwa, ukienda kunyolewa reggae inachezwa. So it was there too yani. Yeah, so we, you know, we started it started out as a joke. Ile umekana mabeste, maybe ulisikia Shaba akiimba, then una mimic. Anasema watu wanacheka, lakini wanasema lakini una sound kama huyo msee. Hii kitu ni hebu piga tizi. Then now, you know, we got into, you know, freestyling and experimenting, and it started. Growing up in Eastlands back in the day, it was a miracle if you lived past a certain age, because people used to be, young people, males, you know, would be shot. Like it was serious. It was very serious, you know, because people, you know, it was kind of, how would I say it, ghetto-ish. So not that Jericho is a bad place, it's a good place, but mindset is very powerful. So if you have a wrong mindset and if you have a low opinion of yourself, you will try to intimidate people and do all manner, you know, of things which are really not, you know, they don't add value to you. So young men would enter into gangs and crime, and people would, you know, even hire guns and, you know, just tag people. And most of the young people we grew up with, as you know, we have seen people being gunned down. You know, makabes jioni mmepiga story, then watu wana disappear, kumbe wameenda job. Watu wameenda job.
So job ni
robbery.
Okay.
The next day ama a day or two after mnapiga story, sema na sijaona nani. Unaambiwa nani si aliangushwa. And true to every night kulikuwa na lazima mngesikia gunshots every night. So ni either wao ndio wanaiba ama ni wao wanaangushwa. And there used to be, where we used to say, there used to be a field behind where the cops would actually, I don't know how, there's a term, what term do they use, like an extrajudicial, you know, killings. The cops would actually kill, you know, those young thugs, and, you know, juu walikuwa naambia wewe tunakujua, tunajua wewe ni mgondi, tunajua hadi mahali unaishi, enda toka, tulikuwa tunaita exile, enda exile ama ukikaa tutakuangusha. And the cops would even come home and tell the you know, the parents, your son is a thief, we have given him the last one, and the exile atoke huku ama we'll kill him. And they used to do it.
So it was that bad.
It was very serious. So, you know, growing up in such an, you know, environment, okay, now for the ladies, kama sio gangs, the ladies would be, you know, would become pregnant. So there's a lot of, you know,
young pregnancies,
very many teenage, you know, pregnancies. Prostitution used to happen, but ilikuwa chini ya maji. No one would really know stuff like that, because you didn't expect mtu ako 13 ama 14 ako hivyo for a lady. So me and my friend, big up Mohanji, is also an artist. You should have him here. We used to be, we have literally grown together. His house was here, our house was here. So we said, manze, we don't want to live that lifestyle.
Or mulika chini muka assess.
I remember that day. Okay. We were outside, actually on the back side of the how we sat down. We said, we don't want to, hatutaki kuishi hivyo. We can. We had opportunity to do it. But we literally just decided not to. We refused to be, cool, because the people who would do that would be more, of course, would be more popular, would be cool, they would have the latest shoes, chains.
Yeah.
Madem walikuwa wanakimbililia, they would have money, but it was all a waste, because in a few days, ama weeks, ama month, ungesikia huo msali
ameangushwa. Joe, able talk to us about how discipleship, mentorship imekusaidia now in your music and also in your work with God.
Wow. Discipleship is it's a personal thing, like a very close thing to me, because if someone doesn't believe in you, one, you will be very hard on yourself. Kuna hiyo self judgment, and you don't get to grow, because now you keep second guessing yourself and your flaws, and probably maybe the mistakes you do, which you are prone to do them because you're how do I put it, you're a human being, but you're growing daily to into perfection. So mentorship is very important to me. I thank God for wale watu wamework na mimi, musically speaking. Pastor Samukat is also a musician and he's a minister as well. I think we've worked with him for a couple, maybe 10 years. Would literally meet every day. Would pray. We didn't start out with the music. He taught me the basics. We would first pray. Me now, I'm thinking now we are doing music after prayer. Go home. Next day.
Mtu ananibeba.
Sasa maumzara tu. Sasa mimi nataka muziki bana. Vile nimekuja na psych manze.
Yeah.
The next day manze nimeenda. Tumeomba. Bible study, fundisha ma strong concordance, Hebrew na Greek, hivi ndio Bible na study, kumeditate, mtu meditate hivi. So me I'm thinking, what does this have to do with music at first? But nikasema kama umse ni wacha tu nivumilie tu. So then now I think after a while sasa ndio tukaanza kuingia muziki. That's when now I made the connection. Music is spiritual. You're downloading it from somewhere. You don't just wake up and write. Hakuna mtu waza tu kuandika. In any field, even the people who paint, the people who write, books, they are downloading it from somewhere. And they have to be in a certain state to download it. So there are only two ways you can get that, either in God or in the other side, devil's side. That's when I made the connection.
Hawezi kwa lukewarm.
You can't be, hawezi kwa tu hivyo ati me. One thing I see with our generation, the new artists who are coming up, when you talk to some of them, not all of them, you talk to some of them and you ask them, how do you write music? And you hear their creative process, iko na question marks. Because mtu atasema mimi tu nilikuwa najisikia tu kuandika hivyo, but you see it's more than a feeling. It goes beyond that, because if you create something from a feeling, itaisha. After your feeling imeisha, pia hiyo kenye umecreate haina doesn't have shelf life.
The life it should have.
You get. but if it is something yenye you can override the feeling, maybe kama umeboeka, unajua sometimes when we watch these creative movies, they say channel the pain into, you know, your music, and it looks cool. It's not really, you get, it's deeper than that. So after now, it's not, now I made the connection. One day I said, now I want you to freestyle. And you know, when I started, now hata mimi nilistuka juu it was just,
it was coming out.
Yeah, it was coming out.
So the word you people were studying is what was coming out.
Exactly, yeah, it was coming out. Kambia, now you're getting it. It was coming out. Now he started now training me, vocal arrangement, what. Yeah, now let's go to studio. I would accompany him to studio when he's recording. Then now through him I got, you know, to be on international project. You know, nilo umepeleka mtu studio wewe record. Then yeye amemaliza kurecord, anasema hata uni msanii mpatie hiyo rhythm. You know, we did, you know, projects for, you know, for the UK. And that's how now God akaanza kufungua. You know, you see those, when you look back, you see those two steps na two highlights zenye God anasema wewe niko na plans na wewe. Yeah, so that's for music. Mentorship, you know, spiritual mentorship. I've had several mentors. The Bible says we have but one father, but we have one father, but we may have many mentors, many instructors. One of them, big up Pastor Ham Mwadime. Like literally, huo msee tulikuwa tunakaa chini vile tumekaa 2 hours. Tunaongea tu Bible, namwambia frustrations za life. Tunaongea tu, ananisikiza, anani counsel. And then ananipatia homework. Anambia endo usome book ya Galatians ama Ephesians. That's how I got to know. You know, people say said Bible imemuingia. Ni because
Joe is a walking Bible. Yeah.
I think ni hizo unaambo endo usome Galatians, Ephesians, Corinthians na sijui Colossians. Then write for me summary. 600 words by 6 p.m.
Inabaki umesoma tu.
Inabidi usome. Hata kama hutaki kusoma unasoma.
Yeah.
Sasa hiyo hata uelewi kitu ati sijui nini. Sasa huyo hizi ni mambo gani? Kwanza King James hiyo time. Unaenda kwa King James aingie, maana unaenda kwa NIV.
Yeah. And Moses entered rest.
And he entered. Sasa huyo anasema nini ba? Ninaenda kwa amplified. Manze unaenda unamwambia basi mimi kidogo nimeambia Joe, no,
do it.
I need that assignment. In fact, by tomorrow 6 p.m. do not fail. Na sasa kwanza tulikuwa na Bible study every Thursday. Na ukimuona lazima uandike assignment. Na sasa umegoa books kama 4. Genesis, thank God for that man. Ajui kila alifanya. Kumbe alikuwa na build foundation. But I did it, man. I was faithful. I did it. And then now, that was before. No, actually, it was funny enough. It was all within the same time frame. Yeah, na Pastor Haman and Pastor Samukat. So now coming to kufundishwa how to meditate and to bring out. Now when you're freestyling, vitu ulisoma kitabu ndio zinatoka sasa. Hata wewe mwenyewe unajindwa. Hiyo ilikuwa huko ndani. You get.
Yeah.
Then now, after Pastor Haman, I met Apostle Omosh, Joseph Omondi, the senior pastor of Victory Service, the Awakening Church. Then through him, that's how I met, you know, Prophet Akama, who is now my spiritual authority. All those people I have to mention them because they have, you know, played a role to mentor me, to raise me. Up to, you know, where I am now. I wouldn't be the person I am now if ukitoa hiyo part kwa life yangu siko.
So people should not disregard mentorship.
Never disregard mentorship, whatever, at whatever level, at whatever, you know, dimension, because you know you grow as you're going higher, it increases. And especially the more I've noticed, the more God invests in you, the more he will continue investing in you. Yeah, so Yeah, that's what I can say about mentorship. Never disregard mentorship, and you have to always keep learning. Even now, music, I'm learning from even other people, both young and old. You can't learn, like hakuna mtu hawezi kuteach. If you have that teachable spirit, it will help you. You wouldn't hautakuwa indifferent, and you can't overlook anyone. You will respect everyone. Everyone has something to offer.
Ebu now Joe, tell us how do you choose mentors? How do you choose people to work with you?
I can answer that in 3 ways. One, God can direct you. The Bible says God orders our steps. God can direct you.
Yeah.
Number 2, mentors can be recommended. They can be referred. And number 3, identify which field you'd want to be mentored, because if you say mentorship, it's a blanket term.
Yeah.
You can be mentored in finance by someone who is in the finance world. You can be mentored in music by someone who is in the music world. You can be mentored in media. You can be mentored in government. No one can. There are people who have mastered some aspects of mentorship in terms of a particular field, like let's say music, governance, finance. There are people who have the capacity to embody that. But most times you'll find you'll be mentored by different people. Some of them are not even born again, because it's and that can be, we can look at that in 2 sides, because kuna wale watu wenye they are not born again but wako na results, so you are going after the results. Yeah. But now for you sieve some of the things that they do, they say they do. Yeah. You get. But the underlying principles are the same. Yes.
Wow. Joe Tingseh, asante sana.
Make me renew me mind. Love revolution in the place where them blind. I got picture style on me well glorified. Say them the body with them car with well simplified. Prophecy fulfill testimony of Christ. Upendo wako Baba, hakuna mwingine. Nimetafuta kote, sijapata mwingine. Yeah, Jesus, you love me.